Okay. Says that we're live. Let's see how this looks. Audio sounds good. So, how are we doing, people?
How are you doing?
How's everybody doing?
And we are here tonight to talk about sex, sexuality, and all the other fun stuff that goes with it.
Sexy things, yes.
So,
the birds and the bees and everything in between.
Oh, yeah. Because, just like the title says, it's an animal thing. And human, and just because, certain people deny that, we are still animals.
Yes,
What?
yes, we are.
Are you sure? I don't know. Are you positive? Do you have a spine?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I will be keeping an eye on the chat, make sure that any questions that pop up. Yes, the ape shaved, unfortunately. I had to get rid of the beard for at least a little while. It feels weird, though, considering I have had that beard for about 6 years. But yes, I'll be keeping an eye on that to answer any questions. I've got Miss Parker and Mutant on with me tonight just to kind of help share stories, different points of view, which is always fun. But personally, I am a straight white dude. I am poly. Yeah. I mean, I am kind of into the whole S&M aspect of it, or I should say BDSM.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to be said about, I enjoy rope play. What is it? Orgasm abuse. That's always a fun one.
I definitely enjoy that for sure. There's a lot of fun there.
Yes.
Got to have a partner you trust.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a lot of fun there.
I have posted a couple of videos of what I mean by it in Discord, and I was thoroughly ripped by somebody who said women aren't supposed to have orgasms from their soul like that, but
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes. When it happens and then your soul just hurts, like the inside of your core, like you've been doing sit-ups for 12 hours. Yeah. It's great.
Yep. And I'm also one of the few guys out there that I have no issues whatsoever about having to compete with battery operated boyfriends, because I have a couple myself that I use on my subs. So
a good bob is good at hand. It's a bob at hand.
Yes, we should.
Let's see.
Oh, I see a couple of names in here that stand out for me.
Funness. What do you guys want to talk about first? I don't know. I think sexually, I'm a cis woman with bisexual tendencies. So okay. I think that would be the best description of my sexuality.
Yeah, I'm cis male, and I am pretty much open to whatever like the wife is into. She's more open to having females, but having other males doesn't bother me.
So you're more of a hetero flexible?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, there's things to be said about a fun Eiffel Tower.
Do you really have to high five, though?
Well, that's what makes it an Eiffel Tower.
It to me, it's like, if I've always wondered about that, like what's running through your brain as a man when you're accomplishing the Eiffel Tower position and you have locked hands. What then is the thought? Is it yes, success, or wait a second, what are we doing, bro? Do you look into each other's eyes? Is there a moment of connection? Is it like a fusion situation?
Well, I've only done the whole Eiffel Tower thing once, but it's more of a locking hands to see about attempting to sink thrusting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Aren't humans kinky little things?
And I can say I've never done that. So
I will say when it comes to DP, synchronization is key. So, yes.
Oh. Crash is apparently going to have a very strange Google history tonight.
Yes. I know people get really curious because I know they found out that you're like a swinger and you're into these kind of things, and so they're just like, oh my god, what is this all about? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, we already know of somebody whose brain apparently exploded on that when they found out I was.
Yes, he's highly upset that you're fucking someone else's wife. He's highly upset about this.
Yes.
And he thinks that it's somehow a bad thing. Can you explain to us why it's not necessarily a bad thing?
Because of consent. That's something that G-Man doesn't quite understand. The particular wife that I am having sex with is the wife of my best friend. And he has consented to it, so it's not cheating. She has consented to it, so it's not cheating. And I am essentially that third wheel. I'm not here to break up their marriage, but at the same time,
add to the fun.
Yes, I add to the fun.
Now, we've talked behind the scenes before, and I've explained.
Sorry, that last drink went down the wrong tube.
And I've explained before I got into my my monogamous marriage. I was definitely in the swinger community, and I was a unicorn. So as a unicorn in the community, being a woman who engages in relationships with married couples, a lot of people don't understand that in and of itself. Like they think, oh, she's just there to ruin the marriage. And it's like, no, I'm really not. Like we would have dinner together, we go out, we'll hang out, have a good time, have great conversations. We hung out, we were friends. I remember being in a committed relationship with a married couple, and I really loved them to pieces. And then it fell apart, but neither here nor there. I know a lot of people don't understand that. But sexuality is extremely fluid,
See, and we're kind of on the opposite end of that. We're a married couple that only has one other person, so we don't.
Okay, so you're actually after your unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
they're hard to find.
Just fun fact, apparently the male version of a unicorn is actually a Pegasus.
Is it now?
Yes. I actually had to look that up.
I knew there had to be a name, but I didn't know there was one. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought there was a name, so I went ahead and looked it up, and apparently that's what it's called, as a Pegasus.
A Pegasus. Yeah, they're hard to find, especially someone that you can trust. No matter like how you break down these sexual relationships, it comes down to a mutual trust and respect. Everybody involved has to be consenting. Everybody involved have to be, they have to be willing partners in the engagement. And if they're not, then what are we doing, right?
Exactly. And that's one thing that I know a lot of people don't understand is communication. Like when you've got more people in the relationship, then communication becomes so much more important, because not everybody is going to have the same expectations. So essentially the ground rules of the relationship needs to be set down. Yeah.
Because people don't understand the difference between cheating. Like cheating doesn't necessarily mean that you're having sex with somebody. Cheating is the fact that we entered into this relationship and we had an understanding. There was an understanding between two parties. And if that understanding gets broken, then that's what the cheating is. It isn't so much the act itself. It's the fact that you've lied about the act, or the fact that you've hidden the act, that's going to hurt your partner. And one thing I've always really enjoyed about those swinger relationships is you don't have to deal with that. There is a lot more openness and there's a lot more communication. Like, hey, I really like this person. I'm thinking about having sex with them. What do you think? And then we can have that conversation, whereas opposed to me finding out about it, months later, or when I go see my gynecologist or something, I'm like, oh, fuck. So it's.
Yep. I understand that one.
And even if anything changes, like even the littlest thing, you have to communicate with your partner. It doesn't matter how little you think it is. It could be little to you, but it could be a bigger thing to any of the other party.
Yeah, and that's like I said, with communication, that's actually the key to pretty much any successful relationship. I mean, like there's monogamous couples that there are certain women that think looking at porn is considered cheating.
Yeah,
and yet the majority of men will look at porn regardless, but it's and then there's also women that will turn around and sit down and watch porn with their husbands. So I mean, it's just like Comfort Doll said a second ago. Cheating involves deceit, and that's definitely true.
Mike, what kills me too is this idea that there is this ideal relationship everybody's supposed to be in, and if you're not in it, then you're somehow doing something wrong or you're sinful, right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, the only successful relationship is between a man and one woman. Well, what if a dude has like 4 chicks and everybody's happy? What if a chick has 4 guys and everybody's happy? What if there's 2 dudes, or a guy and a trans person? Who gives a fuck? Like, it doesn't matter how many people are involved in the relationship. If everybody's happy, what's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, we have a Wild Stitchy backstage.
Wild Stitchy backstage.
Hey, Stitchy, how we doing?
Good. Very good.
Lubus, let's see here. What nasty perv stuff are we talking about? We're talking about sex, so all the perv stuff.
Yeah, bring us your questions. What's the weirdest stuff you've ever done? What's the weirdest place you've ever had sex?
Oh, hey, we can go around that on that one. Let's see here. I would say at 4:00 in the afternoon in the back parking lot of a church.
On the side of the highway on the way to California.
Hiking with a couple people.
Zoom.
In my in-laws' bathroom.
In your in-laws' bathroom. Oh, wait. Hey, y'all trying to get busted.
Maybe.
Have you guys ever done the Mile High Club? Who is in the Mile High Club?
No, I'm in the 100-foot club.
Okay, first off, wait a minute. I've flown a couple times, and them bathrooms, I know you're going to be mushed together anyways, but just even fitting in there before shit happens.
It's hard to do, but you can pull it off.
Okay, not with my giant. Yeah, right.
It's hard to do. It's not pleasurable for anyone. It's like having sex on the beach. Everybody's like, oh, you should totally have sex on the beach. And then you do it and you get the sand and all the crevices and you're like,
no, negative.
Ooh. I think Comfort Doll just won. The county commissioner's meeting table and the judge's chair at the local courthouse.
Whoa. That's a porn scene right there. That's what that is. Have you seen Aaron Carter's OnlyFans?
No, I don't hate myself that much. And trust me, I don't get along with myself. So
he's an interesting individual. He identifies as a bisexual man who has never had sex with a man. And it's a really interesting place to be. I'm sure that's a thing. But he has a very interesting bob that he keeps, battery operated boyfriend. And he does the most amazing things with it. And I'm sorry, but I don't believe him when he says he's never been with a man at all. Because I'm like, he's too professional with this motherfucker. Like, you are just, I've never seen a butthole suck up a dildo like that in my life. Like, it was so invited in. It was like inviting a vampire into your door. It just glided right in, like no resistance. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was on my mind.
How dare you talk about his OnlyFans during a sex panel? That's just absolutely ridiculous.
Is it okay to do porn? Why do people shame each other for porn? Everybody watches it. And so why are people like, oh, I can't believe you do that? Like, the only reason I talk shit about Shani's porn is because it just was that really
wasn't porn. That was no.
Yeah, it's still porn.
That was a hate terrorist attack, is what that was. That shit, no. Mm-mm.
Well, I'm
And
into amateur porn. It's definitely qualifies as amateur porn. The problem is with their amateur porn is she didn't put no effort in. Nobody bleached their buttholes. Nobody cleaned their kneecaps. Nobody did, got the angles right. You guys could have hooked up the lighting a little better. You could have changed the sheets on the bed. Everything about the situation was wrong. It was like a crack house. It just
it was a trap house porn.
Mm-hmm. That's why it sucked. Like y'all could have did better. It might have been better because just the feet of Rev getting his baby carrot on mounted up. There was 10 points for trying, man. People would have gave you points just for trying.
No, there you go. Has anybody been on camera before?
Wait, Lubis, you've never heard of a bob? Shut up. Really?
Lucas doesn't know what a bob is, a battery operated boyfriend.
My unicorn ass even has heard of a bob.
Well,
yes. I've called him that for a long time. So have you guys ever been on film?
yes.
Define film, like just recording.
Yeah, have you ever exactly?
Oh, yeah.
Not for like public consumption, but yeah. Have you ever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I made him delete it. I don't like having them in existence.
Oh, I wish it was deleted.
I wish mine was too. Apparently, it's circulating somewhere, and I've never been able to find it. But I've heard about it, and Lord knows when it surfaces, I'll hear about it. So,
I found 2 videos on the internet of mine. Yeah. Luckily, it was from the POV type situation.
Yeah.
So all you really see is like down the front of my chest, and
okay, yeah. No, I'm not so lucky for me.
Yeah,
I made the mistake of looking at it after, and that shit is like watching Cthulhu come back. I swear to you, like I had no clue. I was like, you like looking at that, Joe? What in the world is the matter with you? Delete.
Yeah, my wife only got mad when I lost my phone.
That's what I'm saying. That shit would happen. I don't like that shit. Because he had a picture of me. He went to open up his Google Drive to show his friends at work. Thankfully, they didn't see, but they almost seen. So that shit got deleted. Especially when I found out one of his workmates, he was working the weekend, and he was joking with my husband. He's like, I'll just take a picture of your wife back to my desk. Motherfucker.
No.
Because he was like lightweight serious, and my husband was like, if you touch that picture, I'm going to cut your fingers off.
Yeah,
Blue, I did this about 2 days ago.
Sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure my husband finds like pictures of me in his friend's phone. His friends will not have a face. Like it would be like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what the fuck is this?
My husband wanted me to clarify that he wasn't trying to show them my naked photo. He was trying to show them a different photo. They understood that.
Yes, we understand.
You're a little bit too comfortable, sir.
So one thing I did want us to go over is that even though you have more than however many people you have, you can cheat.
Yes. Yeah. You can look like Stitchy dropped.
Yeah.
Yes, it is possible to cheat whether you have 1 partner or 12. It doesn't matter. If you do not follow the rules of the relationship and deceit is involved, then you are cheating.
Yep.
Period.
Yes.
It's all about deceit. Like I was saying, you enter into an agreement. When you decide to be in a relationship, you enter into that agreement, be it polyamorous or monogamous. You're entering in there saying, this is what I'm going to bring to the table. This is what I'm going to do. And even if it's an open relationship, those have rules too. You agreed upon certain things. Just because you say we're in an open relationship doesn't mean you just go fucking everybody. Like there's still, yeah, there's a lot of respect. And I think a lot of times when people go into relationships, when they find out that you're sexually open, they automatically dismiss you and assume that you're just, it's the slut shaming, and it's like, or they automatically assume that you're going to be a cheater because you're sexually fluid. And it's like, but no, the fact that I like certain things doesn't mean I'm a deceptive person. It's weird. The slut shame. I don't know if you guys experience it, but I get it as a woman really hard. Sometimes it's just like, it's a very annoying.
I got it as a woman when I wasn't even having sex with nobody.
Yeah.
I hung out with a lot of guys, and because the girls didn't like me, which made me sad because I didn't hate girls. They just, like I said before, I'm an acquired taste. And so everybody said I was fucking them. And I'm like, but I'm not at all. I don't want any of these fuckers. I know too much about them. You guys like them because you think they're hot. You haven't talked to them yet.
Yeah.
But
so I was asking, like, what does an open relationship actually mean?
Yeah.
That's a great question. It's different for everyone.
Yeah.
It's going to have a different definition for everyone who enters into it. But like the concept of an open relationship is you have consenting adults who are choosing to say that we're going to be together, but we're going to be together on a very loose level. So we'll have sex, but we're also going to have sex with other people. We're open to the potential change in our relationship. It's the dynamic can change as long as we talk about it. And that's like the best way to explain it from somebody on the outside looking in. Am I doing okay?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I mean, Comfort Doll, I've noticed in some of your comments, you're in an open relationship. If you want to hop on panel, I can send you the link.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, technically, my relationship is more of an open relationship. But I have my partners, and then like my current the one I consider my girlfriend, her husband is he has his partners.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, there's two men in the relationship. It's we're not together. But it's still part of the relationship.
it's like a web from what somebody explained it to me as. It can, like, same with poly, it can be like a web. Like there's
I dated two men and we all lived together. So it was three of us. We were the throuple situation, and they were heterosexual men. So they did not engage with sex with each other whatsoever.
Oh, that's
but
okay,
we
Comfort
were
Doll.
all in a relationship together. And that lasted maybe 8 or 9 months. And then jealousy kind of reared its ugly head. But we were in our early 20s. So,
you're experimenting,
Yeah.
trying it out.
Yeah, but I've done that before. That was really fun until it wasn't, right?
Right.
It's fun until it isn't.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't play well with the others, so I don't. So he don't either. But I have friends that have had an open relationship and stuff, and they loved it because there were certain things that they wanted in a partner. Like, let's say they wanted one partner, but they couldn't find that. But they found that in 2 different people or 3 different people, and they were all in agreement. Everybody communicated, and they were fine with it, and they were happy. So I don't understand why, like, you get to decide if somebody else is happy. Like, your prejudices aren't my issue. I don't know what to tell you.
And that's and I want to make a difference too between people entering into consenting polyamorous relationships and then those people who are being coerced into relationships where they feel like they have to accept these things. If you don't, we see this sometimes with men who will have 4 and 5 women, and they have like their, what do they call it? Their
harem,
their little chattel or whatever. And you'll notice that some of these women just don't want to do this. And I'm sure, Carnivorous, you've been in the lifestyle long enough to see this sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I joke about my harem. Right.
No, I meant like, I didn't mean. I'm sorry. I know
you didn't do anything wrong. I was just bringing it up. Like, it popped into my head. Like, there's a huge difference.
Men too, though. A lot of men too, though, will do it just to make their wives happy because she wanted to. Right, exactly. Even sister wives. Yeah, a lot of them sister wives know they have to. Right, because they'll go to hell if not.
Saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're coercing somebody into it, then it's not fun, and that's not fair.
Blue on sin.
Yeah, coercion is definitely not the ideal situation for that. Oh.
Well, okay. I have a question. Because it is coercion and the person really doesn't want to do it, would that be considered sexual assault? I don't know.
Depending on what's happening depending on what's happening, yes. So if somebody's forcing you to enter into a threesome that you don't want to have, then yes, that is sexual assault, period, bottom line, no matter how you cut it. So yeah, depending on what's going on. But again, that's a really sticky subject. And that's why it always comes down to consent and making sure that you have partners that not only you trust, but that trust you too. So sexuality is really fluid, but you just have to be in agreement with people,
Blue, do you have, or are you in the Discord?
And consent can always change too.
Yes, it can.
At any moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh hell no. J-Dubs, if you're watching, why the hell you want to be my friend, bitch? I accidentally joined your Discord when I was lurking earlier. Don't excuse rude, negative.
Mm.
Asshole.
That's one of the biggest things I have to tell my son too, because he's high school age, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
consent doesn't. They can always take consent away at any time, and you have to be okay with that.
Yeah, we've been having the talk. Like, I have 2 godsons, and they're getting up there in age. Every year for the last 3 years, I have the talk with them just once a year. It's a very awkward conversation for everyone involved. And we sit down and we're like, all right, tell me what you know. This is what it is. Hey, this is what consent is. Sex is awesome. You're going to love it. It's not the right time right now. But when you're ready, we go through the whole thing and they hate it. They fucking hate this talk. But I try to emphasize that to them. At the end of the day, when you are ready to start having sex, you need to understand if a girl or a man is uncomfortable, even if you're right in the middle of sex, I don't care if you're mid-stroke. Mm-hmm. If they're uncomfortable and they're no longer enjoying the situation, it's your responsibility to end whatever's going on.
Yeah, Bill Cosby.
Period.
Yep. And I don't care what, there is consent is literally the key aspect to any type of relationship. Okay.
Yeah, you don't own your partner's
I don't
body.
care. I do not care if you have traveled completely across the country, just for that first piece of ass. If you get within 5 miles of, your destination and suddenly I don't feel comfortable with this, stop. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah.
Well, even if you're there and you're into it,
I mean, I don't care if you got your pants around your knees. If it's suddenly I don't feel comfortable with this, stop.
Yeah. And I was going to say that what's really weird too is the concept of like men cannot be sexually assaulted, right? We're still living in that world, right? We're still living in a world where men are not being respected for their trauma. Men can very well be sexually assaulted by women. This also is a thing that happens.
Right. And I mean, so I remember going out to the clubs with my girlfriend and they would just randomly grab a dude by their groin, like, oh, what do you have there? I'm like, if he grabbed you by the crotch,
exactly,
the fuck are you gonna do? I ain't gonna fight for you at that point. You grab him by the junk, he's assuming it's consensual because you're just vulgar like that. It's not. Obviously, things need to happen, but you don't touch anybody unless you're invited. Just don't.
Exactly.
That's what I loved about the swinger community. Women have all the control. When you go to a swingers party, nobody can touch me unless I give them consent. I could literally be in the middle of the room, butt naked, and doing whatever I want to do to myself, and no one will come up and try to intervene unless they ask me first. And they're so very polite. They'll touch you on the shoulder. It's like, is it okay if I touch your boob? Yeah, it's fine. It's a very empowering situation. I think a lot of people don't understand that. Like, it's very empowering for women to be in an environment where you can be sexually free and not fear being attacked. It's nice. It's refreshing. So it's very cathartic for me.
You mean cathartic?
Cathartic? I'm high. Thank you.
Yeah, there's not an L in it.
I'm like so catatonic. It's ridiculous.
She did a G-ism.
Drinking from that G-Man cup.
Listen, we're about to get academical with you. A real word he said before he tried to give someone a lecture. Academical.
Yep. Okay. So let's see here. Yes, comfort all. It doesn't. The marriage license is not a contract that withdraws consent.
I don't care what your religion is, honestly. Anybody here religious and just like peeking in because you're curious? Don't ask for forgiveness later. This is this should be a normal conversation with people. Maybe not as in depth, but it's not anything to be ashamed of. Because when I was religious, I moved out with my husband when I was 18 because I had to get out of my parents' house. Every time we touched each other inappropriately, I would freak out and start crying and asking for forgiveness. That is another thing with sex that people tend to forget, is that religion makes it dirty and nasty.
Yes, it
But the
does.
minute you get married, that marriage bed's undefiled. I bet it is. I bet it is. It's yours to own and yours to give to whoever you decide and they agree. It's nobody else's.
So, common kinks. How about that one?
Common kinks.
Yeah.
Oh, mine.
Yeah.
like-
What do we like to fetishize?
For me, I have a thing about, okay, so my husband, I have a thing for really big black men, excessively large black men. So, and the reason is because I like to be kidnapped, which is really weird. So when I'll go to bed before my husband comes home, and I'll just lay in the bed and pretend like, oh no, I'm asleep and he's an intruder, you know? So I love that game. And then I play with the wigs, you know? So I like to play, oh no, there's a stranger in my house. That's my favorite game. That's my little kink. That's my favorite thing to do. Yeah.
Okay, so you like a little bit of role play.
I like the role play. I like the hands on the neck. I like the size difference. I like being dominated by something way larger than me. So that's what I like. I like to be tossed around. Super fun. It's like, oh no, he's gonna get me. I won't tell you where the diamonds are. Oh no. You know?
Oh, there we go. Nick James likes being spanked and giving spankings.
There you go. I do like a good spanking, but I bruise so easily, so I can't get lots of spankings. I bruise real easy.
I like being choked.
You like being choked. Is that being choked by yourself or your partner?
Partner.
Oh, okay. So just what is that? Erotic asphyxiation, not autoerotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just heightens it for a little bit, you know, right there, right when you get at the precipice and they just grab your neck, it's like, ah.
See, and my wife does too, but that scares me because I get too into it and I don't want to hurt her.
My husband says the same thing. He gets really nervous and we have this thing now, so I arch my back so he knows that I can breathe. You know, so we have like these physical cues now because I'm like, I really enjoy that.
We have a holy spackle in the chat.
Hey, spackles.
No, I do not believe we have a sex whip and a Baja Blast.
I don't have a sex whip.
God.
No, I don't.
I don't like stinging. Like like with the whips I don't like stinging. But
Spanking is a very common kink. It is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't just the sting. That's but I do like the choke thing and the leather paddle, like a thump, not a sting, not a slap.
I have
I like
wooden
scratches.
paddle. Oh, I love bites and scratches.
Scratches.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've got a flogger around here somewhere.
I think I have my wooden paddle.
I also like it when he picks the stuff. Like when we go shopping, like if we want new toys or whatever, I like it when he does it. I like to be surprised with stuff like that.
Yay. Yeah, this is like some old school medieval get you. Yeah, you're in trouble kind of shit. So yeah, like I said, I bruise easy, so you can't use a lot of this.
That's why I like the leather, because I bruise really, really easy too. So I don't tend to bruise with that.
Oh, so yeah, that's why I just prefer my hand.
Exactly. Please resort to the hands.
Oh,
well, no, he don't know his own strength sometimes. So
I have a particular technique that I jokingly call the hand of God.
The hand of God. Look
funny.
at him. Yep. You've been working on it for years, huh? Okay.
Oh yeah. Pretty much any woman that's around me, if I start, because I've got fairly decent calluses on my hands, so if I start rubbing my hands together real good like that, get that heat going. They know what's
about to happen.
Yep, I will not have a woman face away from me when that happens.
See?
Which is funny because I can actually just do that as a joke and, get everyone's attention. But
Kinky bastard. You're the life of the party, aren't you?
No, I'm usually the quiet one in the corner. I'm that weird one that's like, oh my God, he was so normal. It's like, fuck, I am.
There's always one in the crowd.
No, it's
There's
always the
always
quiet
one.
ones. No. Now that just tells me a lot about you. Listen here. You start bombing places, motherfucker. Always the quiet ones.
I know. The only thing he's bombing is a face full of jizz.
I was about
okay?
to say. I was about to make that joke.
It's about
Good one.
right
Good
there.
one. Good one.
Oh, we have a Patsy Jump. How we doing?
Hey. No. No. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just so everyone's aware, Patsy Jump over here. She is the she is the roommate. She is my girlfriend. So
nice.
So she wants to take part in this, but apparently she don't want to be on camera.
That's totally fine. Does he have a cute or ugly O face? That's what I want to know. Mine looks like I'm stroking out, like total stroke out mode. My toes curl, my back is arched, my hands twitch. My body's all fucked off.
Right.
That'll be interesting to hear because I'm not even sure of that answer.
Yeah. My husband turns into Forrest Whitaker. Like, I love it. Like, he's so hot, and then right at the moment, his eye just goes bam, and just hits the side. It's amazing.
You literally fuck him cross-eyed. That's amazing.
Yeah, just for a minute. It's amazing. One time he drooled, and I just busted out laughing. Like, it was so good. Like, we were having sex, and it happened, and he drools like right on my chest. Usually I would have been pissed off, but I'm like, this is amazing. He turned into Forrest Whitaker, his lip sagged, and just drool came out. He couldn't control it. It was amazing. Yes, for the Forrest Whitaker eye. Yes, sweetie. Yes, it's a scientific term. That's the scientific term.
Spackle looks like she's got some interesting stories.
Yes, and we have full mirrors now. We got a full wall mirror. It's funny. Have you ever had sex underneath a ceiling mirror?
Let's see here. Oh,
I don't think so.
The ever iconic question: should guys go down Periscope on women? I'm not a woman I'm not a woman on the panel, but I'm going to say yes.
I mean, if that's what you like, it's not a requirement. Some women don't even like you down there, but yeah, if you're into it, 69 it up, my man. Have a great time. Have fun. Get your grub on, as they say.
How you know? Ask her if that's what she likes. That's how you know if you should or not.
And whatever you do, for God's sake, don't chew on it. It's not bubblegum. Fuck what you heard. It is
That's what
not
I was gonna say.
It
is like while you should eat it like it's food, you do not actually try to swallow the skin. That's not how that works.
I have a horrible sex story about somebody eating ass like groceries.
Nope. No, ma'am.
I was working in a Zaxby's in Murray, Kentucky, and this kid, he worked there for maybe like a month while I was there, but he called out like every other day. I only saw him at work for maybe 4 days out of the month before he got fired. And he was always calling in with strep throat and pink eye. And I'm like, this dude has the worst life, right? Like, this is the worst. Come to find out, one of the other girls who worked there had to call out because she got strep throat. And I'm like, what the fuck? Small town, people talk. She apparently let him eat her ass like every other day. And he just eats everybody's ass in town, apparently. Like, he just was running around eating ass. And he gave him, like, he got an infection in his throat so bad to where he lost his voice. And he continually got pink eye. And she ended up getting it because she kissed him after the fact while they were having. And I'm like, what? If you knew he was eating everybody's ass and his throat is infected, why would you kiss him, let alone allow him to continue eating your ass? The whole thing was weird. He got fired. I never knew someone to get fired for eating ass, but he did. His name was Brandon, and it's hilarious. He got fired for eating ass.
Isn't it funny how, like, we're over here, we'll be at someone's house and we'll sanitize our hands, even before COVID, right? But then you meet a stranger and you will eat their ass where their boo-boo comes out. Like, it is mind-blowing. And okay, it's probably mind-blowing to me too, because I've only been with one person. Yes, I'm a unicorn. I sure am.
Well, no, you're not a unicorn. You're just weird.
I am weird AF, and that's okay. That's why they love me.
We would call you green.
Yeah.
You're very green. You smell of fresh lawn clippings, my darling.
Thank
That's all.
you.
You're a norm, or a muggle. I like to call them muggles.
So.
Vanilla.
And there's nothing wrong with your kink.
Right. At least it doesn't taste like Vagisil. Inside joke if y'all don't know. I mean, technically it's not, but if you're new, you won't know.
No,
everybody knows. Yeah,
I wanted to point that out real quick. Speckle, porn does it wrong too. I completely agree with you on that one. For the most part, porn, they do the whole, like whitewashing the fence type deal.
Yeah.
And that's a horrible tactic. As well as one little public service announcement for the men here. Do not lick the freaking alphabet. Okay?
No,
that is hilarious.
That's a long time if that's not what she wants. Like, wait, and also too, what the fuck? No.
It was so funny. See, the dude got the peach. He had a peach, and he's like, "All you got to do is A, B, C." And I was like, "What are you doing?"
No, I caught something, or what? Somehow I'm pretty sure it was in my algorithm, but somehow it popped up on YouTube of basically tactics or techniques to use. And one of the things the guy said is like, do what you can, just lick the alphabet, do this, do that. And I was like, no, stop telling people that. I'm sorry, unless you can move your tongue at like stenographer freaking typing speeds, right. You're not gonna accomplish anything by licking the alphabet.
And also,
listen, if you want to go down there and do that, I dare you to sing a Twister song. Go down there and recite your best Twister song. That's all you got to do. Just
do the speed verse and rap god.
Oh no! I had the worst. The guy actually blew on my pooter.
Oh, good God!
Ow!
He blew on it. He fucking blew on it. He licked it like doing? This. Like just face palm licked it, like just from up to down, which is horrible, right? For one, like a cat. And then he put his mouth on it and he blew on it. Like motorboated it.
Was he trying to motorboat you?
Yeah, like he motorboated it. And I was like, what is this?
I'm trying to understand why.
I'm so confused.
Also, practice makes perfect. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Oh my God, he was in his 40s. He didn't have no motherfucking excuses. I don't know.
That's what I was gonna say.
That was okay.
Well, also too, just because I've only been with one person, y'all, it's not hard to figure out what feels good. I'm just throwing that out because if it don't feel good, don't do it. Like what feels good with your body, and listen to your partner. Yeah,
and Comfort Doll pointed out the main thing here. The main rule to remember is that everybody does not always like the same thing. Okay. This is obviously general advice that we're giving out here. Your partner is going to be the ultimate arbiter of how good the sex is going to be, regardless of what we say. So if you have a partner that gets off on getting, you licking the alphabet, then go for it. But for the most part, that is horrible advice.
Yeah, you ain't doing nothing but giving yourself a cramp.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea.
You're going to get tired real quick.
See, I had more drugs in here. Where's the rest of my drugs? There we go. More drugs. Sorry. I'm trying to think of all the weird stuff because I totally have been slut shamed all my life, so it doesn't really matter at this point. But all the weird stuff that has happened during sex, oh my God. Okay, so I have a really horrible sex story. All right, all right, there's this guy, and we used to have sex, whatever. It was a cool thing. Anyway, he ended up buying this red truck. He loved his fucking red truck, 2 pieces, loved it to death. He ends up going and picking up this chick. We had just had sex. The reason I find this to be comical is because he tried to fuck me in the butt, and I'm like, no anal sex here, sir. And he ends up getting with this other girl who's like, I love anal sex. And so they end up having sex in the backseat of his truck, and she unloads in the backseat of his truck because she did not give herself, okay, if you're going in to have anal sex, you need to cleanse and make sure that you don't have any blockage, that you don't have anything kind of sitting up there, because remember, you're literally putting a dick up there, like up a plunger up your ass. So you have to clean. Okay. So she didn't do that. And apparently she was eating Taco Bell all day and fucked up his
Wait a minute. So she liked it. She liked it. Wait, she likes it, and then she's like, I'm gonna eat the stuff that gets you the worst diarrhea. That bitch likes poo-poo, and she just didn't tell him. That's exactly what happened. She likes poop play, and that's okay.
He was so mad, and all I could do was laugh at him. Like, that's what you get. That's what you get, fucking people in the ass. That's what you get. Again, I'm not kink shaming, but don't fuck people in the ass in the backseat of your new truck. That's the lesson here.
And you need to ask them before, like, listen, like, I'm not saying stop the stuff, but if you know something might happen, just say, this might happen. Did you clean? Did you eat today? What the fuck did you eat?
There's a protocol. Exactly. There is really a protocol. I've gone to orgies where people will go and will get shit-faced drunk and throw up. Bitch, what are you doing? You knew what we came to do here. Okay, we came to come, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing if you can't handle your liquor? Or they'll get whiskey dick. Don't go to a fucking, you knew that we were what are you doing? What are you doing? Whiskey dick is the worst thing.
I heard from Lena the Plug that if you're going to do a douche, that she said that it's a lot of porn girls will dump out the whatever the cleaning solution is in it, and they just add a little bit of tea tree oil. Like, they put more water in it, and they just add a tiny bit of tea tree oil. Ooh. And I was like, that's curious. I don't know if that's supposed to go there.
No,
that's not a good idea. And that's what she does for her, like, to clean herself for her anybody. And I was like, I feel
douching for one is not something that the vaginal canal needs. Right. The vaginal canal doesn't need douching. Douching will actually cause bacteria to go up into your cervix. You can cause a lot of problems. Most gynecologists today will tell you, don't do it. Stop with the bullshit. Okay.
Right.
Like, just stop.
I know what she said. She goes, when I have girls over, she's like, when I'm gonna play with my girls, I tend to do this for them. I'm like, oh, but not the guys. Yeah. That's rude. Yeah, I don't understand.
If you're douching anything, you should be douching your ass. Like, there's a reason you give yourself an anal enema before you have anal sex, and that's literally because you're putting something in your ass. Like, it's courteous. It's only courteous. Like, God damn it, you're gonna let somebody go back there, and then they're gonna get shit on their dick, and that's not fair. That's not nice, unless you like that, and then you got to pay extra. So this is too much.
Let's see here.
Too much.
I kind of think down periscope and fingering are a must for guys to do. Not necessarily a must, but I will say that it should be something that guys are willing to do.
Right. Okay. Ask your partner what they like.
Exactly.
And if you're not willing to do it, tell them that. Like, just because they like it and you don't want to you don't have to do it.
I don't like fingers. I don't like fingers. I don't want anything inside of my vagina except a penis or something that's shaped like a penis. Like, I don't want you, because fuck your fingers. Like, I don't know. You may have a hangnail, like, get your fingers out of there. So.
Groom your fingers, please. Right. Okay. That right there, that's a decent finger.
I don't want your fingers.
There's no white, there's no hangnails.
I can't do it. My husband knows, don't you dare. And then, oh my God, one time, this is stupid because I'm a stoner. Okay. I was fucking doing Netflix and chill. I don't even remember who this asshole was, but we were eating hot wings. Super hot wings, right? And then we ended up watching the movie, had a couple drinks, forgot that we ate the hot wings. He goes down to put his hands all up in my nether regions. Oh my God.
That happened
that's
you know what you do? You either soak a rag in some milk or oil. Whatever you use to soak.
I don't even know what I did for myself. I just remember the pain of it. Yeah, I just remember the pain of it. Like, oh my God, I have an STD. I'm gonna die. I'm burning.
That's something that I have to make sure I deal with, considering you guys have seen all the spicy shit I eat. So yeah.
It's the worst. Oh, it's the worst. Had all sorts of weird shit happen now that I think about it. God damn it. My life is horrible. G-Man's gonna find this and clip it up. Like, she's a hoe.
Oh yeah. Ben Gay's bad news, icy hot,
husband and your kid.
any of that stuff.
Ben Gay or icy hot.
Yeah.
At least you didn't leave your husband and your kid. That's all I'm saying.
No.
Put this up. Go ahead and clip that up and put that in there, boo-boo. Go ahead.
My goodness. I've been doing all sorts of weird shit all over this country. It's horrible. It's horrible.
No, I mean, it's just experimenting. I'm not going to lie. I like the fact that my husband and I are each other's first. I do. But we also met when we were 17. So it's not like I was 30 or anything.
Yeah.
But even if you are 30 and a virgin, that's okay. I'm just saying, I was a bitch before, the longest time before I could. Once I started having sex, my mood changed. Let me tell you, it did. Because I like confidence, but not arrogance. And I do like physical strength. And he picked up my car once with me inside of it, picked up the front end with me inside of it. And I was abstinent at the time. I wanted to kill myself. That was the worst.
And you were just ready. That's what it was. You was ready to get some. And you got married.
Sure. Well, we waited until we were engaged, but that was a whole, when you're religious and that happens, it's still not good. But I don't care. I enjoy it. And we don't know if we're bad. We could be shitty to anybody else in the world, but we're great to each other. So
that's all that matters.
I was about to say, and that's all that matters because you're the only ones in the relationship.
Some dumb ass asked me, well, like, did you know what to do? Because I'm a virgin, you stick it in, dumbass. What are you talking about?
I will tell you, listen, I've had sex with virgin men. It is not a pleasurable experience because the thrusting of the hips, they may not know how to move their body. And I have a lot of body. So there's a very special technique you have to have with a woman like me.
No, you're not thick. Sorry.
Right. If I bend over, you're not just getting in there. You have to move stuff around. You got to hold things, and virgins wouldn't know what to do. So I got to do all the work. And I'm going to be completely honest. I like being a lazy lover.
Same, right? I like it when he takes charge and he knows that.
I am a lazy lover. So I don't want to be teaching you all this stuff. Makes me feel weird. Like I'm doing a seminar or something.
Right.
Starfish confirmed.
Yeah, I'll starfish for you.
And also,
but I'm also foldable and moldable. So, yeah.
Also, too, if you are a virgin and somebody says they took your virginity, you go ahead and you fight for that back, with word challenge here, because that happened to me. And because my virginity was very important to me, and virginity it's stupid. Okay. It doesn't mean shit. I just want to let that known too. It's just a definition to me now of you haven't had sex yet, but you can also be a virgin in driving a car, right? It's just, you haven't done it yet. But one of my boyfriends tried to say he took my virginity. So my reply was, there's a reason why we broke up. The fuck you think I'm gonna give my virginity to you for? In front of his friends. I will punk you at that point. Don't let somebody take from you your sexuality. It's not theirs. Doesn't matter what it is. Now, don't put yourself in danger. That's not what I'm saying. But if you can, let them know that that's not okay. You don't get to, those aren't rumors you get to spread around.
We've got a question here from Allie Dean. Miss Parker, you want
to... Yeah, sorry. I choked on myself. Okay.
It's a human being.
A pillow princess is a chick who literally just kind of lays there. She may not really engage too much. Like, she's not going to get on top. She's not going to be throwing it back too much. She literally just holds on for dear life. She screams into that pillow and holds position. I hold position. You know, you put me in position, coach. Put me in the game, coach. I got just put me in. I'll stay. You want me to stay like this? I stay like this. You know. So
and some guys like that, and girls like that. Some people like that. They like, and that's cool. My husband does not. Now, the majority of the time I can be, but once in a while he'll ask for something, you know. But it's fun if you can get away with it once in a while. Let me tell you.
Yeah, and super fun. Again, he's just bigger than me, so there's really nothing I can do. I can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't shimmy up his ass. Like,
yeah, there's nothing I can do.
There's very few things, but again, it's awesome to us. And if he wants something different, he'll let me know, and I'll try it. We agreed to, obviously, depending, nothing super insane. Like, I'm not gonna fuck you in the middle of the street or anything, but we promised to, you know, try what the other person wants at least once. Like, again, unless it's something either or is completely uncomfortable with. But if it's something we're like, okay, well, you know, you wanted to try it, let's try it. Because who knows? You both might like it. That's the goal.
My husband's gotten into the whole bondage stuff. I mean, I can't tie him up because he's been to prison. So he's
let's not do that.
Let's not do locking me up. You ain't putting me in handcuffs. It's a no-go for him. But he is starting to get into locking me up. And it's very fun.
Yeah, same with my husband, and I'm liking it. That's why I said I like it when he buys the stuff and he surprises me with it, and I'm like, okay,
I've got shackles on my bed for a reason.
That's super fun. We haven't gotten there yet. We will be soon ordering a 4-bed post bed, you know, just for that very reason. I'm super excited.
Yeah, my wife likes to be tied up too.
Oh yeah, that's definitely one of my little kinks.
It's just something about not being able to control the situation is so fun. And there's so much trust involved in it, right? So super excited. Like,
there was a question I wanted to catch. Let's see here.
Yeah, trust is the biggest thing. If you can take away anything from tonight, it's just you got to have trust, and you got to be able to talk to your partner.
Yeah.
However many you have.
I guess I must have missed it. Oh, little Miss Human Being. She's got herself a rope now.
Yes, rope is fun. Okay, so what's your favorite type? I love satin. I'm really big because, again, I bruise easy. So I go for the really soft satin pieces. What are you guys using for your bondage pieces?
For me, it's a little different. I have Velcro shackles on my bed for just, you know, standard bondage. But then I also take into the actual rope play, like the artistic knot tying and stuff like that. And that leads to some fun pictures if you use different kinds of ropes. So I've got
to do that for photos. Yeah.
Generally, I'll use like a big 5/8 inch nylon rope. So that basically something that's real thick and comfortable, so it's not going to pinch anything. But then there's also certain times when, you know, just like I've got that sitting right here. As soon as I get it off its
pinky bastard.
I mean, just a standard coil of paracord. You know, when you throw that on there, it's not going to do a whole lot in the actual bondage type, but it's going to look amazing on camera.
Yeah, and for the look.
Yes,
I like the way silk feels.
Yeah, like the satin and the silks.
Let's see. Yep, that's definitely true. A lot of guys do like the show of a girl on top. I'm definitely not against it.
Have you seen how wide my husband is, though? Like, his shoulders and his bottom half are wide. Do you know how hard it is for me to be on top of him to straddle him? I'm literally just doing the splits at that point. Like, I might as well just sit there and do the splits. And even then, he controls the situation because he's holding me like a fucking rag doll, and it's just, So even then, I'm being controlled. I'm still a pillow princess when I'm on top. So.
Okay, so your hubby's a power bottom.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's ridiculous. He had me in one move one time. It felt like I was like in a headlock. I was on top, and then his arm went all the way around my body, and he just held me down, and he just kept throwing me on. And I was just like, "The fuck is going on?" I felt like I was gonna pass out. It was amazing. I don't know what happened. He does weird stuff sometimes. And I think he watches porn. And then he's like, aha, there's a new one. And he comes in and just tries that shit on me. And I'm like, the fuck is going on?
Yeah, sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, they're always fun. I'm just always in shock. Like, I don't know how to respond to the situation.
Now, one of my favorite lazy positions for both partners is spooning.
Yeah, that's a nice
one.
I
mean, it's romantic, it's lazy, there's not really a whole lot of energy required, but at the same time, you've got both hands free to be able to explore. You can easily turn the face forward a little bit. You can still kiss, you can play with their entire body. It's it's one of my favorite positions, but I am definitely not averse to getting ridden like a stallion either, so
I don't know what my favorite position is. It's weird. I don't, to be honest, probably missionary. Just because I love the size of my husband. And when we're in a missionary position, I get that full size of him. And I like that. Like, I'm just completely smothered by this man meat. It's great. Yeah. We're going to do it tonight. I'm all worked up now. Yeah, as soon as we get done, I'm going to see where my husband is.
Well, go ahead and tell Mr. Parker I said you're welcome.
Yeah. Oh, we have that little. He wanted to say thank you for the dye. Yeah.
Okay.
He really enjoys the dye.
Okay,
Carnivorous Ape has made these amazing little. There they are.
Yep. Just so everyone knows, it's a position dice. So there are multiple different positions based on however you want to roll it. And
so much fun.
Obviously, I keep one on my desk just for my own shits and giggles.
You just take a shot and then roll the die, and then you take a shot and then you roll the die, and then after a couple times you roll in, you'll forget that you had a die, and then things are just happening. It's amazing. So much fun. Best game ever. You should patent that game. You might want to patent that and get it sold in the stores.
Oh, there's already a couple of them that are sold. I think our local sex shop. It's like 2 6-sided dice. One is position, the other one's body part or something like that.
Yeah, I remember those ones, but this one's way better because it's you don't have to lose anything. If you get the 2 set, the one with 2, you always end up losing a dice, and then you can't play the game anymore.
I think I've got a loose one of those sitting in my dice bag. My son always asks me, it's like, why does this dice say play and kiss?
Exactly. You always end up losing one, but with that one, you have everything. It's an all-in-one. Like, perfect. Only thing better would be an app.
I'm not even going to bother checking. There probably is one.
I bet there is. Okay, I'm going to look. I'll look.
Go for it. Now, Mutant and Stitchy, you guys were a little quiet on that one. What's your guys' favorite position?
Probably missionary too.
Missionary?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's for the same reason as Ms. Parker now that I'm thinking about it. Because I do. Because I get to see all of him kind of thing. So I know what's happening. And I like I like big men too. Reason I married a giant, I feel petite. And I like feeling that way. And I can when I see him. When he's facing forward.
Oh, there's like a ridiculous amount of sex games.
Yeah.
Like
there's, and you can make up your own too.
Mm-hmm.
Sexy games for couples, 69 in 101. Like, I mean, it's in the name, you know. It's oh, this is weird. They have sex roulette. What? I think I'm gonna download this one.
No, the only reason why I'm not all that particularly fond of missionary position is because I'm a fat guy myself, so it's one of those things where when I'm down in that position, it's almost like doing a half push-up for as long as it takes me to get done. And
okay, I will say my man is a little bit more fitter, so it's yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, if he was fat and me being chitty as I am, it wouldn't no.
And I mean, I'm actually happy to say that I'm not near as fat as I used to be, so that's probably not as much of an issue anymore. But at the same time, it's still one of those things from me being well over 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He's getting back to the healthy weight. I got you, bros.
Yeah.
Right. He's 325, but he's 6'5", so it's spread out a lot different.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that weight. Like I like that pressure. So, and I get that completely when we're in that position.
I like the fact that I can't get away. I'm a runner. I run. So you have to be able to hold me down.
That's interesting. Let's see here.
Girl, I ain't trying to run away from it. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna run towards it.
Phony Beetle Maniacs. Can I ask a side question? Why do people mock Jason for his cock? Is it jealousy? Because what does what he's rocking have to do with you? I don't. I was about to say I don't personally. I'm not a. I don't really care if it's a baby carrot or not.
Yeah, it's funny because he calls it a baby carrot. It's funny because his wife makes fun of his dick. It's the situation surrounding his dick is funny.
The fact that it pisses him off is funny.
Yeah.
The fact the fact that he thinks it's important is funny. Like, you can be a sex god with a baby dick, okay? There are a lot of men who have micro penises that are all about it, and women would fight to have sex with. Sex is more than just penis in vagina. There's different.
As a matter of fact, there's actually a study out that's it's a new technique. It's called short stroking, where even men with larger size, what they'll do is they'll literally just the tip type deal, and it drives their women completely crazy.
It
does. Just saying.
Yep.
It sure does.
I've been in relationships with men that were not well endowed and had amazing orgasms. So no, I don't laugh at him because of his little dick. I mean, it is funny looking. If you've ever seen it, I'm not gonna lie, it's just funny looking in general. But it's just the story surrounding his baby carrot.
Yeah.
That's
and also
I think I'm the only one that hasn't seen that video.
So I've only seen no fuck you. I've seen the yuck bang because I'm not a porn person. I'm not saying I never be, like, it can always evolve into that, but it's just not my thing.
I think that's the reason why I've got Jello blocked on Discord.
Oh, yeah, you can't send me anything else.
There was, so I watched the yuck bang, for one, because I wanted to see their reactions after they ate. It was amazing, but that was enough for me. And because especially two gross people, like, I didn't want to be turned off from sex forever. My husband would be pissed. Then he would hunt Rev down for real.
It's just, it was a weird situation. It was a weird vicious situation.
Right, but he took advantage of that shit. But, well, technically not, because he didn't sell shit. And he was trying to sell shirts with baby carrot on it, which is what you should do. Flip that shit around and try to make us look stupid. You want to troll.
Just not on a baby onesie. And yes,
oh my God, no.
True. A woman's vagina, that's it. Like, there's only about the first 2 or 3 inches in that have feeling. And everything past that is just the feeling of fullness.
Right. So, and they're only 7 inches deep. So you 10-inch fuckers, have fun with 3 inches of dry dick.
Well, I don't, the vagina
Look.
is quite malleable.
Well, I know that, but I'm just trying to say if she doesn't like that, because some women don't. Some women don't.
No,
I'm a size whore.
I was about to say there is actually a one thing I wanted to add to that though, because there is a portion in the far back that that does have feeling.
Really?
Yeah, it's called your cervix.
No. It's below the cervix.
I mean, yeah, I gave birth once, but I don't want to feel that. Wait a minute. Wait, how far are we going?
Right below the cervix. There's like these nerves.
It's essentially the female prostate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. There.
I mean, I might feel it because when she said there's only so much that because I must be lucky because the whole way, not even just fullness. So
okay, so to present my knowledge on what you guys have known me for long enough. When I get interested in something, I kind of like deep dive into it.
That's how we learn.
This was something that I learned a long time ago. But you have clitoral stimulation, you have the G spot, and then if you from here, if you flip your finger over and go all the way down past the cervix, there is a third one that will give you an orgasm, and it is a completely different type of orgasm.
It's also the same orgasm you'll get when you're having anal sex. That's the one that you're getting.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't understand. Women have 3 very distinct orgasms, and they are amazing. And if you can do them all at the same time, oh my God, bitch, I promise you, you might break your foot. Your toes will curl so tight. Okay. Like, I cramped up so hard one time. I really thought I broke my foot.
Oh, I haven't had the 3 at once. I've had the 2, but not the 3. No, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of booty play, but I understand why people are.
Yeah, and see, that's the reason why that orgasm can be reached vaginally if you know what you're doing.
Right. Yeah, it's just a little harder to do. It's like when a woman squirts. A lot of people don't understand the female ejaculation. Female, there is a female. That's a real fucking thing. It happens. Every woman is capable of it. It's just a lot of times there's a mental blockage.
There is
that doesn't allow women. They feel like they feel like they're going to pee themselves, and they don't understand that that's not what's about to happen.
Isn't there pee in it? Like, I heard it was.
There is a little bit of urine in it, but
not a lot.
But it actually comes out of I believe it's called the Skene's gland.
Really?
And it is literally just female seminal fluid.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, the woman's body is a fucking wonderland.
Yes, it is.
Sure is. Your body.
That's actually one of the reasons why that scene in particular grossed me out so much, because that was not seminal fluid. That was fucking motor oil.
That was piss. That was piss. Yeah. It was very distinctly that was piss.
And then afterwards, you fellas, you can do that, yeah. Or you're good at that testicular stuff. Jesus.
Can you say squirt?
Yeah, that was. Oh,
that wasn't squirt. That was piss. She just straight pissed. Okay.
Yeah.
My husband has this thing where he enjoys. One of the reasons I ended up marrying him. No bullshit. We have sex, and he has this addiction to me having orgasms.
Same with mine.
I'm the same way there.
Yeah, so he wants me to have as many as possible. And it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, can we now go to sleep? And he's like, but no. And I've never been turned off by it, but at the same time, sometimes my stomach hurts, right? Like, I'd be like
it's a workout. You actually burn calories because the movement, and then the muscles tighten. Okay, there's only so many times it can tighten before you're like, it feels good, but it's almost feeling a little bit.
You get dehydrated.
Yeah,
honey, I feel dehydrated. Like, oh my God, there's no more fluids. I have no more fluids to give. Like, there's nothing else.
Do the guys in the room enjoy? Anybody want to pronounce that before me? I'm not sure what the cane is. Especially not spelled that way.
Yeah, what's that? We need clarification.
Oh, the cane, like the wooden, like caning. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, I hope not.
Basically, where they cane you like old school Catholic. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Because I thought that was. Is that?
Oh,
it?
Kanye.
Oh,
What
about
is that?
Kanye West.
No,
Oh,
no.
what about Kanye? What did Kanye do now?
We're
What did your dumbass do now? What did he do?
talking about sex, and then Kanye comes up.
Yeah.
I'm concerned. I'm just kidding.
Like,
Now,
what is this?
as far as providing, my partners with their orgasms, I agree with apparently Miss Parker's husband over here. The way I have always thought of that is essentially, if my partner is not a squirming puddle of goo by the time I get done, I haven't earned my damn sandwich.
That's
Okay.
That's his goal, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I like when my wife has to tell me to stop. Like, she's done.
And that's why we have safe words.
And he doesn't listen to the safe words. He don't give a fuck. I've come up with so many safe words. Like, I've even tried to play possum. Okay. Like, it's like, oh, I'm dead. Like,
You fucked me to death. That's great.
yeah,
I went out like I wanted to.
yeah, he's always like, okay, one more time. Okay, just one more second. Like, it's always, just one more.
For a second.
He'll always just say, just one more, just one more. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then he'll walk away like he's super accomplished. You guys do that shit. I can't move. My leg is still twitching. And then you get up and walk to the bathroom, dick hitting your legs and shit. Like you're just Mr. Hot Shit, Ugh. I hate it. I hate that. In my mind, I think you guys have like these, what is it, like a trophy song? Like you're listening to an anthem as you walk away, You just won the Super Bowl. It's that Rocky theme song playing in your head. I don't know.
Eye of the Tiger.
Mm-hmm. I've even seen my husband hit push-ups after. He thought I didn't see him, but I saw him. Okay, out the corner of my eye, he's over here doing push-ups and shit. Like, the hell is this?
So, oral, do you guys like to give or receive more?
Oh, that's a good question. I prefer giving a lot more, and that's just because I have a weird version of misophonia, the disorder where you can't stand the sound of people chewing. I will immediately go limp if I hear the sound of somebody gagging.
So you don't like the sound?
Yes.
See, yeah, I like to gag. So yeah, I really enjoy. I love going down on my husband. He enjoys going down on me. So we're 69 and kind of couple. And we've done it standing up. He's one of the only men I've ever been with who can do it standing up. And he'll have me upside down. And I like one of my, So, whoop, whoop.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy blowjobs. It's just that, as soon as that, if they get too deep and that sound hits, it's like, nope, gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm all about giving.
Just as long as it's clean, have fun. Let's do this. Wow. Just don't come in after you just got done running a mile or playing basketball. Oh, you just changed the tire. If you don't get in the shower, nasty ass. Oh.
Yep, I've had to work on my car this morning, so I understand that one. I immediately jumped in the shower.
Men are gross. For whatever reason, men's balls are disgusting after like 5 hours of sweat. It's just gross.
Yeah, my hair's still wet. I took a shower right before.
No.
What are you doing, Carnivorous Ape? I'm curious now.
I just had to turn my camera off for a second. It's I am not Rick Productions. Don't even start that. No.
I'm just like,
I will cuss you the fuck out too, okay?
just wondering.
Show me your hands.
I hop right the fuck on his StreamYard and cuss him the hell out for a good 20 minutes.
I love
No,
it.
Ms. Parker and Mutant already know I don't like to be seen doing certain things on camera while I'm on stream. So
You're good. How
Yes.
dare you? Rude.
Which means right now he's playing with this little white mannequin hand that he got from Monty. And he doesn't want you guys to see him playing.
Does it have a leather jacket like it? Like the thing from Adam's Family? Could we get it a leather jacket?
Yeah, we might need to get a leather jacket. Right now it's just naked and he uses it to tickle his balls while he's talking to us on stream. So,
Well, that's fun.
that's a really weird kink. And no.
here, the best part is I have now lied about it. So it's on the internet and I can just clip it and then give it to G-Man. And G-Man's going to be like, oh, carnivorous ape thinks we're monkeys. And he tickles his balls with mannequin hands. And that would bring me so much joy. So, you know.
Shut up, you told Channy a queen. You're the one that's delusional, boo.
I was about to say, I'm seeing something interesting behind Miss Parker here. What's that dick in a box behind you?
Oh, those are my dicks in a box. Do you remember the song Dick in a Box from SNL?
In a box.
Yeah.
I got those as a Christmas present because my friend loves me and I ate all the dicks that were in the box. And now I have an empty box that I need to put another dick in. So it's an empty dick that used to have, it's an empty box that used to have dicks in it.
Ah, okay.
Yes. It's a long story. Now it's just a conversation piece and I need more dicks in a box. I need to go buy some on Amazon. They're like $10.
I was waiting for you to have Vaughn on the next live stream turn around and say, my dick's bigger than yours. Just point back to it.
I have something very special planned for that. Yes. I do have a very large red dick on its way. And I will probably get kicked off of YouTube for it.
Oh, you didn't know? The gods told him that you have a dick.
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
My dick's bigger than Michelle Obama's.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, I guess evidently she's a mister. And I'm like, you want her to be a mister because you can't believe she's turning you down for whatever fucking reason. She don't want you to smoosh that nose in places. Yeah.
For whatever reason, he thought we were courting each other, which I don't know how he got that bullshit.
Because he made you a picture.
Yeah, and then he
I was getting some creepy vibes on that one.
Yeah,
creepy.
it was a what was the video game?
The Skyrim, the Skyrim girlfriend.
No.
Yeah, he's mad that story came out, and he's pissed off that I cornered him with the whole Jerry's money thing.
Good, because guess what?
Yeah,
keep fucking up, Vaughn. I'm gonna call Social Security on your ass because you had it at times when you shouldn't have too. Don't play. I know more than you think, bitch.
He thinks it hurts my feelings calling me a man, and it's like it's just funny. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm not a man. You're just a fucking asshole.
But even if you were okay. Even if you were attracted to me at one point, and you didn't stop being attracted to me because you're mad that I won't fuck you. So if I did have a dick, then you still wanted it, don't you?
I think he does. I'm pretty sure some of his mods have, the Futanari shit going on.
I was about to say, what's that one trans woman's name?
Whom?
The one that we said would easily trick G-Man.
Blair White would.
Blair White for sure.
She's a twat, but definitely.
RuPaul would fuck up G-Man's head.
Oh my gosh.
G-Man doesn't make any sense. There are like trash, and no offense to drag queens, but there are trash drag queens that would confuse G-Man.
Big Frida.
Yeah, Big Frida would confuse G-Man. Mm-hmm. Bitch got a whole beard. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's the point.
G-Man don't know.
And she don't ever try to change her voice either, let me tell you. But that's the point. She's popular as fuck because she's just a man in an outfit and loves it.
G-Man gets highly confused very easily.
Trixie Mattel.
And now Vaughn is trying his bullshit. But I have something special for him tomorrow. We're going to have our little Sunday school. Yay. And we're going to go into Vaughn's bullshit and the dumb things he's been doing.
Yeah.
And the fraud case. And then I'm going to invite him in so I can shit on him a little more. I'm going to talk about his Indian ancestry and all that.
Human being. We're just streaming for as long as the conversation keeps flowing. So, I didn't really have a time limit set.
Does chat have any questions for us?
Well, I'm a big girl, so I'm allowed to stay up late.
Yeah, what are your questions, folks? Ask away.
Let's see here. Okay, well, human being, you've got the link on that one.
I've been trying to get this thing going called cock cosplay. And it's my idea where you dress up your penis in different costumes and take artistic photos.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's done it yet, but I keep trying to push the idea. I just think it'd be really cool.
No,
And
I mean, that's okay.
Mhm.
No, because then when we do stuff, that's what my ADHD visual ass is gonna see, and then I'm gonna get whenever
what I'm
it's not
saying.
dressed up.
Exactly. I'm like, it should be dressed up like you can turn him into like a little, into like a magician, right? And he's got a top hat.
I can crochet clothes for that.
Oh, here we go. Here's
My craziest order was a 6-foot dick scarf with pockets on the balls.
Oh, nice.
I gotta
okay.
find the picture.
So, worst/funny sex experience.
Mm.
So,
Hmm.
don't everyone jump in at once.
Right? I'm trying to think the worst.
Yeah, I know. I'm having to think on that one.
Oh, I know.
Probably worst is my first.
I was about to say, now is this worst as in, or worst/funny as in, what's the worst funny experience that we've had, or?
One
I
of
guess
each.
it's up to our interpretation on that.
Why don't we do one of each? If we can.
So worst and funniest?
Okay, so my
Sure.
worst sexual experience would be, I think it was like 29 or something like that. I was at a party. Me and this guy got drunk. We go back to his house. We're having sex. And halfway through the sex, I'm like, I don't feel anything. Right? Like this, at first I thought maybe I was drunk. And then I just started realizing, like, as I sobered up during the sex, and I'm like, this is horrible sex.
Do you think did you think it was because you were drunk, or maybe you were drunk? Because if you thought you were drunk, then you were
ended up
okay. I
ended up at his house because I was drunk and he had pretty eyes, and I thought he had good sex. But we are having sex, and I started sobering up because the sex was so bad. And then I was like on top, and like halfway, like mid stroke, I was like, I just don't want to do this. And he's like, what's the matter? I'm like, this isn't working for me. And he was like, what? It's like, this sucks. Like, I just looked down and I'm like, this sucks. And he's like, the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, the fuck? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, are you even hard? Are you in there?
Yeah, fuck. Where is the fucking? Goddamn.
Fucking argument. And he's like, you fucking bitch, get out of my house. And I was like, yeah, okay. I'm like calling an Uber now. It's not my fault your dick doesn't work right. He's like, I'm fucking drunk. And I'm like, well, you knew you were drunk. And we got into this whole fucking fight outside of his apartment. And I'm just yelling at him about his dick.
People looking out the window like, oh, his dick didn't get hard. Oh shit. Yeah. She's swinging.
I'm putting my clothes on and shit. And I'm like, well, fuck you, bro. And I'm just like, it was weird. Okay, that's like the funniest, worst thing that's ever happened to me. Like, what the fuck? It was weird. Ugh, getting sober in the middle of sex sucks.
I've got to agree with Spackle on that one. My worst funny would probably be getting caught by the police on a dirt road with my wife in the car. And we had to explain to the cop that we were just trying to get away from the kids because this kid was just born and we were just trying to get some time away.
I promise. We're not perverts. We're just trying to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, oh, good grief. That was 13 years ago.
Okay. So it was funny, embarrassing, and worse all at the same time. The only reason why it's funny now is like looking back. So we were still dressed, but it was starting and our son walked in. Thank God we were still dressed. And he looked at us, turned his head sideways, and he's like, you guys doing adult stuff? We've never talked to him about adult stuff. So my first thought is, the fuck are you watching on YouTube? I didn't say that.
Oh
And
no.
then I was like, Joe, get it back to bed. And I panicked. And then when Joe came back in the room, I was like, you need to look at your history on your phone, because I'm looking at mine right now and I don't see anything.
He knows too much.
Right. And it wasn't, when when he has seen, I don't know, like kissing on TV, he'll ask him, we're like, it's adult stuff, don't worry about it right now, because he's not at that age mentally mature enough to talk about that. So it could have been anything in his head, honestly. But oh my God, all I could think of is, oh my God, what if it was 10 minutes from now? I don't know what I would do. I would die of embarrassment. Oh my God. Because I walked in on my parents when I was 13. And I ran downstairs and I crawled under the covers. I rocked back and forth like I was losing my mind. And I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. It was horrible.
No, I actually have a second one then. This would have been during my slutty phase, which is right after me and my ex-wife broke up. I had a partner. Let me rephrase that. My mom and stepdad had just gotten a divorce, so I ended up having to take my mom in to live with me in the house. And I had a partner that had come over specifically for that function. And needless to say, she was on top, going to town. My mom walks into my room, sits down on the side of the bed, and decides to have a conversation with me about what we were having for dinner.
Why? Why now? I don't care. Oh my God. No.
Yeah, that you want to talk about a mood killer? That's good grief.
So I've never had the weird kids walking in on me situations.
Luckily, my kids are smart enough not to do that. My mom, on the other hand, is apparently no modesty and yeah.
So I love Trixie Mattel and Katya Zamolodchikova's, yes, Russian name, YouTube show called it's just a funny name that they came up with. They honestly didn't think it would stick. And it's not just about sex. But Katya was telling a story. Her parents, his parents, whichever you want to say, have always been really supportive of him no matter what. Like for Christmas, they're super Christian and they bought him Wiccan books because that's what he asked for. Well, when he was moving, his mom had to move his sex doll and it was just a torso. And she was just like, oh my, like she picked up the box before he could, like he thought he hit it because there was boxes everywhere. And she picked it up. She's like, well, okay, I'm going to put it on the truck now. And I was like, I would die. Like, it's fine. My son's grown. I still would not have moved it for him, though. I would have been like, you can touch that.
You're going to have to get that box.
Right. No questions. You're grown. I don't want to know shit. You do what you do, but I'm not touching it. Also, I found sex toys when I moved in. I was pissed. I was like, you motherfuckers. Okay, first off, that's a tease because I can't use those and those look fun, fuckers. Secondly, why would you leave something so important? I think that's those are important to me, okay? If our house catches fire, I'm grabbing that, okay? Post a family photo. We can make more.
I think we're still on. I think we're still on worst and funny. Mutant, did you go on that one?
Yeah, my worst was my first. Didn't know what I was doing. Didn't have fun. Funniest, probably just kids walking in.
Catching you doing weird shit.
Right, unless you've had that experience happen. Because, I mean, you have it, Mrs. Parker. It can be funny after because you're like, oh, my God, you poor things. Now you're scarred.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a story you tell your therapist as you're crying into a box of tissues. I'm sorry because I don't have mirrors in my house for a reason, even in my bathroom. I don't like looking at myself. So you had to look at yourself. That's why I made him delete the porn. It looks scary. It's like, what is and I know that's a common thing. Like, not many people like to watch their own porn. And I wasn't prepared. I didn't know that at the time. Okay. I was not aware. And he's like, what? You look hot. I'm like, the fuck? What is that? That's me? Are you sure?
I wasn't ready.
Right. I wasn't like, why didn't you let me at least like why didn't I, I could have done makeup or something, or I could have wore a cute outfit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. See, hell, the porns I've done, they've just been like, oh, cell phone, yay, we're gonna watch this later. And then, one of them got out apparently. And
I'm scared. I'm really scared of that kind of thing. I really am. Oh no. Oh, sorry. My YouTube came up, and for some reason Vaughn's face is on. That's the last thing I want to fucking look at when we're talking about sex. Oh, that Billy Goat bitch. Anyways, it scares me. It really, really does. Because even if something happened to my husband and I, and he hated my guts, never happened. I honestly don't think, knock on wood. But if something ever happened, that's not in his character to do that. So it's not him. But we both lost our phones before. And I have had not embarrassing sexual pictures, but my friends would always, when I would eat, I always had cheese sticks for lunch, and they would take pictures when I was eating it, knowing it made me completely uncomfortable at the time, because sex didn't bother me, but when it pertained to me, it did. And that's what they would make the joke out of. So for some reason, that's what comes in my head.
Pictures of you eating cheese sticks.
No, girl, like, it looks like I'm blowing somebody. Like, that's how they would do it constantly. And they fucking framed it and put it in their bedroom because they thought it was funny. I'm like, first off, two things. Not funny. Secondly, bitch, I know you touch yourself to that. You're gross.
Ew.
What?
Oh, comfort dolls. I let my college boyfriend take lingerie photos of me, and then I later found out that he showed them to his dad and brother.
Ew.
That's
another thing too. Like, I don't mind talking sex stuff, right? Like, obviously. But when people ask me what his dick looks like, the most I'll tell you is that it's 8 inches. That's all you need to know. You don't get to know what it looks like. Do you know why? Because I'm the only one that's ever seen it before. And I like that. That's hot as fuck to me. I'll be damned if you get an image in your head. You can use your imagination. Okay. Now, some people are okay with that. Like, my friends which my husband has also said, I don't care if you talk sex with your friends and stuff. Like, not on here, but before. He's like, I know, but he will not at all with his friends. And it's not that for one, because all of his friends are like my brothers, so it grosses them out because I was a virgin for so long. When some of my guy friends that I had before him found out I was having sex, they didn't know how to handle it. It was really weird for them. So they've never even asked, but some of my girlfriends have. And he said, I would really appreciate it if you kept that, just between us. And I'm like, okay. I was going to anyways, but now I know that that's exactly what you want. Then it's not a question whether or not I wanted to tell. That's what he wants, and it's his body.
Yeah.
Phony Beatlemaniacs. I want to receive nudes. I've never had them in my life, and I'm nearly 40.
You've never gotten nudes.
I'm almost insulted because I've never gotten a dick pic. I'm like on Facebook, and it's insulting because I'm like, some of my other married friends got dick pics, and does that mean?
That's how I feel. Like, I want the cosplay to be a thing, and you guys can send them to my email. Nobody ever has to know that it was you. I'm not going to release the pictures. I just would love to have a collection of creative, artistic cock pictures.
That is actually, I mean, a good idea. Like, let's be real. Okay. So have you guys ever, I'm sure you guys have because you're educated, but the island of Pompeii, right? It was a den of iniquity. Okay. It was like the Vegas back in the day. There was dicks everywhere, all over the fucking place. People having sex on like pictures, and phalluses, like not statues, but like engravings on the wall.
Okay, so we're talking Pompeii, Vesuvius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I
No problem.
should have clarified. Yeah. And you know what? I think God maybe destroyed it because Mount Vesuvius then took that shit out. But for those of you that don't know, the way the volcano erupted and the ash fell, it was preserved in like a
Yeah.
forever state of.
Oh, everyone was instantly. Well, they were just instantly preserved. It was a really
Right.
interesting. What is it? A geological.
Yeah.
Event.
Yeah. And also, thankfully, because I know it's a sad story, but thankfully, a lot of people died instantly. They recently found out that they got hit in the head so quickly with little rocks that they did not suffer. So I would like to clarify that because I don't want to put a mood kill on everything. But yeah, it was very, very popular for not even in Pompeii around Mount Vesuvius, but just in the Greek and Roman world to have phallus statues because it was something
not just phallus statues.
No.
Honey, there were dildos.
Yes.
Listen, people have been making
out of marble, smooth shit. There is a play by, is it Aristophanes? I think it's called Lysistrata, and it's a satire, and it's funny because a lot of uber feminists try to use it as a feminine play, but it's not. So a lot of the women and in the play, they didn't want their men to go back to war, so they withheld sex. Well, I got news for you. They just fucked each other. Okay, they didn't care at all. Sex was, now I know in obviously some areas of the world it wasn't freely given, but sex between men was very, very popular. It didn't matter because they thought men were the only ones who knew the true meaning of true love, which is funny because today the stereotype that men, they just want the pussy, they don't want love. That stereotype. It's just funny to see the opposite, but it was very common all over the world to see those kind of statues.
I'm going to go ahead and share something real quick because I know this this popped off on Twitter a few years ago.
Ooh.
Or not Twitter, Facebook, but
no, wait, hold up. Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure you guys remember that one.
Yep.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I sure do. You see how it was instantly frozen in time? But listen, he went out like you want shit. If it's happening, my husband and I better jump in bed. I would hate to go out. If I'm a scream some sort of way.
That was something that I found absolutely hilarious. It was like, hell, I guess the world's ending for me. I might as well go ahead and rub another one out.
Go out with the bang. You find out there's an alien invasion. What do? Like it's the end. Like
right.
It's the end. It's like some Independence Day type shit. We're all about to die. Will Smith is dead. There's no savior. Okay.
His dog died. I Am Legend is done.
Good night, Nick.
Also, okay. Carnivorous, I want to find some of those booty statues from all over the world to show, so you can show. But also, too, I would like to clarify to all my chubby wubby chicks out there, and men, that if you look at fertility statues, the women are always thick.
Yeah.
Okay. And no matter what Shani says, they're thick like Miss Parker. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably a little bit overweight for those. But also, even in the paintings, they showed the women with a slight bulge in their stomach. Why? Because that's where life was created. It was important. And not humongous, but the thicker you were, the wider your hips, the more slightly bigger your stomach was than other women, they thought you were more fertile and you could carry a child to term, because sadly that wasn't common. And the child would be more healthy because it would have more nutrients to feed off of. It's really interesting to see how the evolution of, like, today it's stereotypical, women have to be a specific size or men have to be a specific size. When that's just not true. It's really not true. And I thought it was for the longest time. I honestly did think that I would never find anybody because of I didn't like the way I looked, so why would somebody else? And if you are feeling like that out there, because you might, that's stupid. Don't do that. I promise you'll find someone.
No.
It's weird how we just kind of put these weird the aesthetics of beauty change throughout time. You know, what we find beautiful, what we find attractive is constantly changing and evolving. You know, so
I mean,
And
there is actually a biological imperative for men to be attracted to large breasts and a large rear.
Yeah.
And that's literally like what you just said. It's we're always focusing on can she yeah, exactly, can she survive the pregnancy, can she feed the children, and I mean it's been like that for obviously tens of thousands of years now.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, have you ever cuddled a bigger girl or a bigger guy? It's snuggly. If you like snuggly, it's perfect. And like my husband is like he is fit, but he still has padding. Like he said, what would you do if I turned out because he's been working out and fasting, and he's always gone through these stages where he goes back and forth, but he's been the healthiest for the longest time. So I'm really proud of him. We've both been losing weight because he turned vegetarian and now I'm starving because he's the better cook than me. Just being honest. Who am I to stand up between a man and a good meal when he can make it? Like, I get the sandwich after sex, bitches. Okay. Now I know why men ask for it. Holy shit. Divine. Okay. Anyways, he said, how would you feel if I got like, the 6-pack and this, that, and the other? I'm like, I don't want a headache if I'm cuddling with you. Like, I want either way, you'll be hot as fuck to me. And I want you to be happy with your body. But I want a little bit of snuggle. I'm just saying. And the bigger you are, the smaller I feel. Just, because I honestly, part of the reason too, ladies and gentlemen, if you had negative friends in your life that told you wouldn't find anybody, that is another thing that can play into it. And you shouldn't allow that don't allow somebody else to steal your sexual experience, whatever way it is. Just because I'm not happy with my body, I know for a fact my husband is. So that does give me a little bit of confidence, but that's something that I have to work on for myself. But I know for a fact that I could shave my head bald and wear a potato sack every day, and that man would still think I'm the sexiest thing in the world. And that's what's important to me.
Yep. Okay, let's see here. Oh, we got a wild Ronin in the chat.
Love the Ronins.
Comfort doll. Husband's a straight up chubby chaser.
At least she knows.
Yeah, I don't think there's a perfect type body for anybody.
Mm-mm. And I met my husband when I was in high school. We're not gonna get back to the size we were in high school. Okay, where our bodies weren't done really developing and whatnot. So I can't look back on those photos and say I want to look like I did when we first got together. Yeah. It's not gonna happen. I was 17.
No, that's just.
I've had a baby. My hips are definitely bigger than they were, and like I said, he likes that, so it's cool. So I guess to answer your question earlier, I didn't answer. I guess I do like giving pleasure more because I like recently, even today, something as small as he picked out my hair dye that's coming in the mail. I love that it chose that. I like that he is happy with however I look. So if he likes red hair, I'm going to have red hair because then I feel pretty when he thinks I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the important part right there. As long as your partners are happy, then you're going to be happy. But there has to be a mutual thing there too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And it's not a lot of the time he ends up picking what I like anyways, like what he knows I would pick for myself. But he does the same thing. He's like, why don't you pick out my outfit or what have you? It's a mutual thing, and I love that.
I do like a bear.
Apparently your dog doesn't.
Yeah, I think.
No, he likes that big bear that he has in his mom's bed, that big ass stuffed toy that he mounted the other day. That was hysterical.
He loves to fuck his toys. Yes, he does.
Fucking hysterical because that thing is about as big as Miss Parker, which isn't that big, but still, a little tiny ass dog. It was off the bed and like free floating in the air, humping the toy.
Oh. Yeah, I know. We know Miss Parker's the second row carnival prize there.
Yeah. When Aries stands on a chair, he's almost taller than her, you guys, and he's a miniature pincer. I'm just throwing that out there.
See here, Ronan. Somebody said beauty's in the eye of the beholder. In human sexuality,
Right.
there is a thing called partialism,
Well,
where certain parts of the body are more attractive. Yeah, we already got into that, Ronan.
Yeah.
yeah, my husband does not have an ass. I joke around and say he has back butt because his back goes straight into his butt, straight down to his thighs. But
that's a man thing, really.
I know.
We
and
hit a certain age, and it looks like somebody just stands up a frog and throws a pair of pants on him.
That's hysterical. He's always been like that, though. But I'm not a butt girl. I like the chest and the shoulders, and he's big everywhere else, which is what I like. Literally everywhere else, which is wonderful. But he is everything. Which again, he has said good night, beautiful every single night to me since the night that we met. And romantic love is just as important as just carnal animal love making, which is amazing too. But for me, I really love the romantic love. I do like the animal sex occasionally, which I think that's why it's so awesome for me, because I only let myself have it occasionally. It's like I tease myself waiting for it. But
Hey, can you
go ahead.
Can you put up Queen Beth's question?
Oh, okay.
I literally have "Good Night, Beautiful" tattooed to my leg because it means that much to me.
Oh, real quick before we get into that, Comfort Doll, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
She turned 59 yesterday.
Woohoo!
So
I don't know. I personally don't think you should fetishize a disability.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I agree.
People that have like certain tics, I know there's people that fetishize over that, and they can't control that. So I don't feel like I don't think that's right.
Okay, so you kind of can't help what your fetish is, right? Like you like that, but I don't think you should pursue that. And I know that's kind of mean because it's almost not allowing yourself to have your fetish, but it's just like not every fetish is okay.
What about you?
If that makes sense. Okay. Unless the person who is that you fetish wants that. Like if somebody is limbless and they love the fact that somebody fetishizes that, that's fine. But I think that's such a really big gray area.
Okay. Personally, on that one, I don't believe that fetishizing it specifically is a good thing. Now, if you have that fetish and that's something that you want to deal with, I assume that you're going to have to find somebody who has that particular, like, say you have a fetish for a leg amputee or something like that. Okay. If you're using that fetish to specifically essentially make your partner more comfortable with their disability, like, they're an amputation or something like that, then that can develop into a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's not something that I would actively go searching for. I mean, that's just.
And there's no shame if that is your fetish, because you can't control that, that desire, but it's how you seek that desire. And I did have a question for the audience. I do have disabilities, physical disabilities. And I follow a lot of disability YouTubers, and sex is actually a common topic with them because it's taboo to talk about, right? There's so many different, disabled people can't have sex. I take care of the mentally disabled as well. And if I take care of somebody with Down syndrome and they're high functioning, I'm not allowed to tell them they can't have sex. I'm not allowed to tell them they can't drink beer. They can do what they want if they're their own person, right? It's not, obviously, if they're mentally aware and are able to make that decision is the best way to put it. Yeah. But for physical disabilities, does anybody have any questions?
Hang on just a second. There's a gray area in there where it can overlap. like I said, I'm not advocating whatsoever for fetishizing somebody for a disability.
Right.
But if you are attracted to somebody and they happen to have that disability, don't broadcast it, bring it into the limelight every chance you get. Love them for them, not their disability. You don't want to like spotlight something like that. That
shouldn't be the reason you pursue them.
Exactly.
Hey, Ms. Parker, can you get your opinion on that? And you're muted still.
Yep, you're muted.
Me personally, no, I don't think you should fetishize anybody in particular, and that goes for most fetishes. Because people are individuals. When you fetishize someone, you take away their autonomy. They're no longer an individual. Me personally, I've dated someone in a wheelchair. You have to, if you're going to date someone that happens to have a disability, you have to assume also everything that comes with that. There's a lot that comes with that, and I know that a lot of people may not want to talk about those extras that are involved with the physical with physically different abled people. But there are things that are going to change. Your sex life will change depending on the physical disability or physical anomaly. So a lot of things have to kind of be talked about, and then it just really goes back down to fucking consent. Talk to your partner. Are you into this? Can you be into this? Me personally, I don't know if I would be able to date certain people who have particular disabilities, because I don't know if I can handle that type of burden. And I don't mean that they are a burden, but having a disability does have a lot of, you have to live life a different way. And unless you're to love that person and what they're living through, then you shouldn't involve yourself in their life. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like
there's a bunch of people online that are interabled relationships on YouTube. Just if you're curious about that kind of topic, I would research interabled relationships. It's really interesting.
Abled relationships. There you go. Yeah. And you should be able, you should be able to embrace them. If you can, for who they
Love
are.
all of them for who they are.
Yeah, you can't fuck with them, period. That goes for anything. So.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
I tried turning my camera, but it's making me like upside down.
That's awesome. Your orientation's all wonky.
Yeah.
Oh, this panel's awesome tonight.
Yeah.
I have a couple funny stories.
Oh, go right ahead.
So this one guy kind of started dating. He came over and we were hanging out, and he, started doing stuff, and he immediately wanted to go to 69. So started doing it, and I almost threw up because that guy did not clean himself, and it smelled like shit down there.
Probably was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. You were going to get pink eye.
Yeah.
See, and that's how you get pink eye.
Yeah. He ended up leaving his toothbrush at my house. He brought a pair of sweats. It was crazy. And I was like,
he was trying to move in.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
That's how my husband got me. He spent the night one night, and then his toothbrush was there, and then he never left. And then we ended up getting married. And like a year and a half later, I asked him, I was like, I know what you did. I finally figured it out.
It's kind of the same thing I do with my wife.
You pulled the same move. You're like, I just live here now.
It was funny because her and her best friend lived together, and then I just like kind of showed up and never left.
I love that.
You guys are crafty, man. Set up shop in a woman's life, and you're like, nope, this is my woman now. I love her. This is where I'm going to be forever now.
They always say girls do that too, but men in my case, for sure. They set up shop. I mean, I'm happy he did. I'm sure your wife is happy that you did too. But it's just like, I kind of feel like I got the okie doke. Like, you kind of got me. Like, you got me. It's like... Oh, shit.
That's why women, you got to pay attention to good dick. Good dick will fuck your life up. Good dick will change your whole life.
in a good way.
Yeah.
So how we doing, Allie?
Pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, just living the sober life. So I've been drinking like energy drinks like crazy. So I'll be up tonight.
Yeah, me too.
So
Yeah,
at least you
nothing
still
really
get your
crazy.
caffeine nicotine.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah. I had a funny masturbating story too. When I was a teenager, I found this wooden massager thing. It was like a big ball with the ball on top and then 4 legs with the little balls. So like help to massage your back.
Okay.
Well, I
Oh, okay.
used
Yeah, I've
it
got
for
one of those
something
upstairs.
else. Yeah, I used it for something else. And I, I'd clean it every time afterwards and whatever. But then one time I went to grab it and it was gone. And my parents were using it, to massage. And I was like, oh, shit.
My God, no. Oh,
That's not what it's for.
Right?
Like you're using it wrong.
I actually had that issue a few weeks ago. My son was digging around under my bed and found the Hitachi wand.
Oh,
I was like, "Hey, Dad, what's this?" It's a massager. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone, goddammit. We have a really big one from Sharper Image, but it's literally one of those shiatsu massages. It has like the big needle ballpoint on it. It's like ridiculous, And the reason I got it is because my husband is really nervous about our grandkids coming over and finding some type of weird sex toy. So this doesn't look anything like a sex toy at all. It's like, It's really, you know exactly what it's for. But the one you're talking about, that's the one I want. That's the one I want in my life. And I don't have it.
Oh,
The Hitachi?
mine's the big plug into the wall kind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly the one I want. I want one where you have to like pull a ripcord like a fucking lawnmower. That's what I want. I want one that runs on a generator.
It doesn't have it on and off. It just has dials.
Exactly. Dials on it. Runs on ethanol.
When you get into a key start ignition, though, that's when that's when you might have a problem.
Need to be in a well-ventilated room to turn on this device. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like, we got to take it to the next level, folks. To the next level. To infinity and beyond.
I love that. Yeah, I'm going to need to start hiding my toys because my son's 4 and he's found them, but he's just like, what's this? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
he doesn't know.
Yeah, he doesn't know yet, but I'm like, where am I going to put this now?
Get a lockbox.
Yeah.
Let's get yourself a lockbox and put the key somewhere where he can't get to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
man.
kids are going to find everything, and then 10 years from now, he's going to tell you, oh, man, Mom, I remember finding such and such, and you'll be mortified. So, yeah, just lock it up now.
That's one thing I don't think my kids have found any toys.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a weird thing to have to explain.
That's a fun segue. Since I'm not noticing any more questions in the chat, that's how about favorite sex toy?
To use or to
incorporate, either use solo or use together.
Vibrating panties.
Oh, I haven't tried those.
Yeah, so they have the thing, and then you have an app on his phone so he can control it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I have the Nora Love Sense where you can control it too, where you can use it by yourself, or that's been fun.
I like those.
Love Ends, yeah. I've got that app.
See, we're all on the same page here. Yeah.
That'd be fun in public though, with the panties.
Well, you would think so. Okay. You would think so. It's fun for him. For you just look like
We
you look like
tend to
you're
enjoy
having
the
problems.
torture.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're just like
Carnivorous, I have a quick question.
twitching. Yeah.
How
what's up?
many people, when you're driving truck, how many people do you notice like fucking around with the person in the passenger seat? Or
Every one of them.
everyone? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, that happened to me once. And I don't like voyeurism and it freaked me out. But my husband sped up and passed him and over it at that moment. The minute I passed him, I was over it.
That's the issue though. As a truck driver, I generally sit about 6 feet higher than everybody else.
You can see everything.
So I can just look down and see it. Like I said, every time it happens, I can see it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like the truck driver was definitely enjoying it, and I was like, speed up and go. And then once he passed him, then we were back into it.
Yeah.
I've always wondered that. Thank you for confirming.
Yeah, my dad has come home before and he was like upset. And I said, what? He was like, just way too many people today were way too comfortable in their car. I was like, oh, man.
I generally see that just about every day.
Same.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We used to do that a lot. And then people started driving crazy. So he has to pay attention. So, yeah. Super fun, though. It is fun to do every once in a while.
Well, in my area, well, actually all over Columbus, there is a lot of distribution centers. So there's a lot of back roads and whatnot, because like we're not going to do that anywhere near a main road. Because like I said, I don't want it is so sexy to me that we've literally been the only one to see each other that way that I don't want to share with nobody else. Not even you, trucker. Go away.
So, Miss Parker, were you in that particular Discord conversation?
With the hookers and truck stops? The lot lizards?
The lot lizards?
It was like last month, I think.
I think so. We were talking about the lot lizards and how prolific they are.
Yeah.
For one. And,
my dad used to give them a bucket and a sponge and say, if you want to do something for $20, you can wash my truck.
No, we actually had the conversation while I was sitting up in the Iowa 80 truck stop.
Yes, and the lot lizard came up to you and you're like, what the fuck?
Pounded on the side of my truck.
Yeah, they will wake. That's what pissed Dad off, is it always seemed like they'd knock when he was sleeping. So then he'd get really bitchy. And he's like,
just wanted to talk to his friends. He was just wanting to talk to his friends. He was having a good night, good conversation. And here come this hoe for no reason.
And you listen, and you don't know what them bitches have. Like they're a different breed of sex worker. And I do not knock sex work, get it in and get paid. That's like the right, do what you do. But carnivorous can speak on it. It's like, I can't even describe it. There's I can't describe them. They're a different breed.
I was a little bit north of Portland, and there was a lot lizard that, there was a truck stop prostitute that was walking between trucks. It was about 2 a.m. I probably shouldn't have been sitting in my driver's seat, but that's where I sit when I'm bored. And I watched her ass squat down between 2 trucks and wash her shit off in a puddle.
Oh yeah,
a puddle.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I mean. I'm not saying. I hate the fact that there has to be streetwalkers. Prostitution should be legal. We should protect these women and men. It's not okay, but I don't know. They're like, you know how Pokemon's evolved? They're like a reverse evolution. I don't know how they do it. Just like he said, with the washing in the puddle. One woman would not leave my dad alone. So they were all on the same CB station. And my dad stuck his head out the window and he was like, here, lizard, lizard, lizard. And somebody else stuck their head out the window and was like, I think I need a bigger box. And she flicked him off and walked away.
Okay. Well, Miss Parker, you wanted to...
Yes. I wanted to let you guys know that I got to bounce only because I promised hubby. And talking about sex got me all worked up. So there's that. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for having me on. I would love to come back and talk about more sexy things and things that are not sexy. So I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow for church. Are you guys going to join me for church?
Yes, I'm
tomorrow?
so excited. Big red dick.
I will try if I do not have... it depends on what my kids are up to.
Okay. Cool beans.
I already
We're
told
gonna
my
talk
husband
about
I'm
some purity
excited.
culture too.
Right.
lot of
Oh,
fun
yes, I
stuff.
know. Me and
Yeah.
Miss Parker understand this part. Understand that. So I told my husband about Sunday church. I said, I got to go to church tomorrow. You got to take care of the kid. And he was like, what do you mean you're going to church? The fuck is happening? He thought I converted overnight or some shit. I said, not that kind of church.
Yeah, and I'm
It'll be
working on
online.
getting all my paperwork. Like, I really want to start this ministry so I can start collecting money. And
Yes.
you have no idea how far
Can
I
it be
want
called
to
the
take
petty
this shit.
ministry? Mrs. Parker's
Yes.
petty ministry?
Well, I'm trying to make it super legit. So
I was about to
like,
say,
Yeah,
did,
but you
did
can
you
have
go through
petty
that link that I
disciples.
sent you?
yes, I am going through that link. I'm also working with somebody who works with Nevada law, who's trying to make sure that I follow all the steps properly for this ministry. I want it to be legitimate from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mhm.
it has to be completely legitimate, and so that I have a real church and I can be Reverend Parker.
And when she goes
Okay.
on G-Man's podcast, he has to refer to her as Reverend Parker because that's a title, bitch. Mm.
So
Legal
excited.
title.
Oh,
Yep.
So,
You
brilliant.
do have to make sure you go down to your local courthouse and get and register with your county.
well, not only that, but I also have to set up a trust as Parker.
Yes.
Miss Parker needs to be a trust so that I can legitimately be called Miss Parker for the rest of So I'm going by a lot of legal things. So yeah,
Yep.
I'm working
can't
on
wait.
it. I'm taking the
I'm
steps.
so excited. Your
All right.
hubby's opening a business and you're opening a ministry. Oh my goodness.
Living the American dream, folks. Yay.
Amen. Amen.
Awesome.
May the soup
There
be
we go.
with you.
May the soup be with you too. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Good night, Miss
Bye.
Parker.
Good night.
Night.
So Ape,
I don't
my
even remember where that
my
came
wife
from.
didn't know what a lot lizard is, and
Oh.
her uncle is a driver. So we had a conversation about lot lizards, and we got home, and she was like, "What were you guys talking about?" So I had to explain to her what that was.
Yeah,
That was an interesting
there's a lot of
conversation.
jargon that truckers use.
Yeah.
I can't believe a puddle, man. A fucking puddle.
Mm.
Mhm.
Bird shit in there. Fucking
Mhm.
oil.
My dad said he's seen a couple just like squat behind one of the trucks and take a shit and then use
Ugh.
no toilet paper and go into another truck. I was like,
Yeah,
Wow. No shame in their game.
it was fun though because my dad he let us talk to, like, he'd have certain truckers get on the channel so I could talk to them and stuff, and it was really fun. But sometimes they got interrupted by a lot lizard, and my dad would turn off the CB really quick, and I never understood why until I was older and he told me.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh. Well, I mean, I think we did pretty good. That was almost 2 hours and 15 minutes there. I may end up doing one of these on more of a regular thing if we, just bring in, shuffle in some random people every now and then.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it's fun. We just try and get away from the drama, but it's still the people in our
Mhm.
community that we enjoy talking to.
Yeah.
I wanted my wife to come on because I wanted it to be like as a couple,
Mm-hmm.
not just like
Oh, that'd
one
be
person
cool.
talking.
Yeah,
It's-
like you can get couples on here to talk about it.
I'd love to do that. Eventually, I might be able to convince my my girl and her husband to
That would
wander
be
in here
so cool.
if
Yeah.
they're get over their camera shyness.
Yeah.
Also, I did want to ask, maybe if you do make this a regular thing, you might be interested in doing one on disabilities and sex, because it is something that, because I
That-
have the physical disabilities, it is something that it's uncomfortable for a lot of people to talk about,
Mhm.
because the idea of somebody in a wheelchair having sex doesn't compute to people. Like, not everybody that's paralyzed, like a lot of people that are paralyzed can still feel that.
Yeah.
It's not the same. So it's just an idea.
Be one of the more interesting things that we could talk about. I mean,
Right. Not an
I said.
entire episode, obviously. Just
yeah.
topic.
I love this kind of stuff. Talking about sex. Love it.
Honestly, it's new for me. Like, I do with a couple of my friends once in a while, but that's why I wanted to get on, because it is new to me, and I'm an exposure therapy type of person. So
It needs to be more open and more conversation about it.
yeah, I wouldn't have been
100%.
scared growing up. if people were comfortable talking with me about it. Not, I mean, I knew what it was, and I knew like it wasn't a scary thing, but it was a scary topic for me.
Queen Bethy, I will definitely keep that in mind. Like I said, I'm definitely going to have to make sure that my girlfriend kind of gets a little bit of help with her camera shyness first, because you're not going to see this get tied up. That's not something anybody wants to see.
If I have my husband on, I honestly don't know if I'll turn on my camera yet. Depends on when I start my podcast or when I start my my video, if that's okay. But if not, if it's like, if you have partners, you have to turn on a camera, you know, we'll see. He's okay with it. It's me, camera shyness, just like you said.
I just got over
that's
mine
fine.
being sober. I used to just have a couple drinks beforehand or smoke my weed. And I was on the wood last night, and I was so fucking nervous because I was so sober. But
well, congratulations. If that's your goal, congratulations. Good for you. That's hard. So, and see, that's rehabilitation, G, man. It is hard. It's not an easy thing, dummy.
I mean, eventually I'll do it again. It's forced sobriety.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Up to you. Yeah, it's right. Right. And some people I know, they would quit for a while just so when they started back up again, it was great. But I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's personal choice, which that's a whole another podcast that you could have forever. That's a, you know, conversation that could last forever.
Yep. I'm working on ideas for them. They're Comfort Doll.
What are you doing?
But now start over here. Mutant, you got anything you want to advertise? I mean, there's only 13 of us, but
just my Twitch.
You Twitch?
Yeah, if you like video games, you want to come on and hang out, I'm always up for anybody coming on and hanging out with me.
Yep. Didn't you say you got the? Was it you that was talking about the new Mass Effect that dropped, or?
No.
No. All right, dang it. My memory is as bad as G-Man's. Apparently, I don't remember who the hell I'm talking to. But
yeah, but at least you remember you got kids to take care of them. Oh, that's forever going to be my shade to you. Just saying.
Stitchy, you got anything to add?
No, just thank you for letting me come on. It was wonderful. It was really, it's nice to be able to expose myself to a conversation with people I'm comfortable with, because it is hard for me to talk about, but I don't want it to be hard to talk about. So
That's awesome.
It's always fun. Human being, I know you haven't been in long, but did you want to add anything?
Nothing really to add. I just enjoyed this, and thank you for letting me on. My kids stayed up late tonight, so.
Hey, when's your next video?
My next video? Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
I said your hair is so pretty right when he spoke.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
I think I'm going to film tonight, Lord of Patriarchy, talking about lesbians and feminists reading poetry.
That should be fun in a lobotomized way.
One of the
of course
your TikTok one was funny. I liked that one.
Of course he did.
Oh yeah, that was
one of the people I'm going to cover. I'm going to, because lol cows are turfs. I have 2 turfs that are fuckwits that I'm so excited to cover. One of them I got into an argument with about giving birth. She's never given birth, so she was telling me I was wrong about giving birth, but I have a son and she does not. It was great. It was a great argument. I'm totally fucking down to cover it. Weirdo.
I need to know this person because I've got 2 babies.
I will. Are you in Discord, my dear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Black Eye TVs and Geek Room.
Okay. Her name is Leah TV. If anybody wants to go troll, well, she turned the comments off because she's big sad, but she's has a bit shoot. I think. Have fun, guys.
No.
Awesome.
I don't advocate for trolling other people.
Not trolling, like don't be cruel to her, but asking her a question. Okay, I should clarify. Asking her a question is considered trolling to her, like a legitimate question about turfdom. I'm not kidding. I wasn't.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't.
Okay, that's a different story.
I apologize. I should have clarified. Yes, just tread lightly. but enjoy her videos because they're interesting.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pop you guys out of the room real quick so I can have my last word, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end this.
Thanks, guys.
If you want to talk to me, in a minute, you go ahead and just hang out, and I'll bring you back in. But, let's see. So there's that one. Okay. So anyways, like I said, we're gonna attempt to do this at least once or twice a month, just to where random topic, random thing. But this time it was about sex. I enjoy having fun with the more taboo topics, just because we're not supposed to talk about them, but they're fun to talk about. So that's the reason why we do it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, share, do whatever you want. But think critically. Eat your meat's good for you. You guys have a good one.